Imagine, if you will, a world where creatures can disappear at will, blending seamlessly into their surroundings. Does it sound like a fantasy? Well, it's not entirely so. Invisibility, a concept that has tickled our fantasies and made countless appearances in our science fiction tales. Yet it's not just a figment of our imaginations. In the natural world, it's a survival strategy, a defense mechanism, a way to outsmart predators and prey alike. Now let's take a dive into the deep blue sea, to the realm of one of nature's most fascinating masters of disguise, the octopus. This 8-armed marvel is a true chameleon of the ocean. With a simple flex of its muscles, it can change not only its color but also its texture, perfectly mimicking its environment in an astonishing display of bioengineering. But this isn't some cheap parlor trick. Oh no, it's the result of millions of years of evolution, a fascinating adaptation to the harsh and unpredictable conditions of the ocean depths. The octopus's skin contains special cells called chromatophores that allow it to change its hue in the blink of an eye. It's like wearing an invisibility cloak, only it's not woven from mythical threads but from the very fabric of biology itself. And it doesn't stop there. Some octopuses can even mimic the shapes and behaviors of other sea creatures to confuse predators or sneak up on their prey, a level of deception that requires not only physical flexibility, but also a keen understanding of the world around them. But what if this isn't unique to the octopus? What if other creatures, here on Earth or even beyond, possess similar cloaking abilities? Could this explain the mysterious mutilations of cattle reported around the world, or the elusive creatures spoken of in ancient texts? In the realm of the octopus, invisibility isn't just a magic trick, it's a way of life. And as we delve deeper into this enigma of invisibility, we might just find that the line between science fiction and reality is blurrier than we think. The octopus, an enigma of the deep, possesses a unique skill, the ability to change its color and texture to match its environment. This fascinating creature has honed its cloaking abilities to a fine art, making it one of nature's most extraordinary masters of mimicry and camouflage. But how does it do this? Let's delve into the science of the octopus's cloak. The secret to the octopus's unique color-changing ability lies in its skin. Its epidermis is packed with millions of specialized cells called chromatophores, iridophores, and leucophores. These cells, which work in harmony, are the keys to the octopus's stunning displays. Chromatophores are pigment-containing and light-reflecting cells that allow the octopus to change its color in the blink of an eye. Each chromatophore cell is a tiny sac filled with pigment. When the octopus's muscles contract, they squeeze the sac and spread the pigment out, making it visible on the surface of the skin. Iridophores and leucophores, on the other hand, are responsible for the shimmering, iridescent quality of the octopus's skin. Iridophores reflect light to create bright metallic and iridescent colors, while leucophores scatter light to create white, creating a dazzling array of colors and patterns. But the octopus's camouflage doesn't stop at color change. It can also alter the texture of its skin to mimic the environment. This is achieved through the use of muscular hydrostats, bundles of muscle with no skeletal support that can stretch, shorten, and bend in any direction. This means the octopus can mimic the roughness of a rock or the smoothness of sand at will. Think about it. The octopus is like an artist painting itself with colors and textures drawn from its surroundings. But instead of a brush and palette, it uses chromatophores, iridophores, and leucophores to create its masterpiece. This ability is not just for show, though. It's a powerful survival tool. Predators often swim right past, oblivious to the octopus's presence. The octopus can also use its color-changing skills to communicate with other octopuses or to intimidate potential threats. It's also worth noting that the octopus accomplishes all this without the benefit of color vision. It's thought that the octopus's skin may be able to sense and respond to light, allowing it to change color without needing to see the colors it's matching. In essence, the octopus is a master of disguise, an unparalleled illusionist of the sea. It takes the concept of adaptability to a whole new level, blending so seamlessly into its environment that it becomes virtually invisible. The octopus's cloak is a wonder of nature, a testament to the marvels of evolution and the mysteries of the deep. But the octopus isn't the only creature with the ability to blend into its surroundings. Our natural world is far more magical and complex than we often realize. It's a stage where the art of invisibility is performed by many other players. Take, for instance, the leaf-tailed gecko of Madagascar, a master of disguise. This reptile has evolved a body shape that mimics the appearance of a dead leaf, complete with notches and color patterns that mirror leaf veins. From the bark of the tree it clings to the leaves it hides among, this gecko is virtually impossible to spot. Then there's the common barren caterpillar, an artist in its own right. When resting on a green leaf, this caterpillar is almost indistinguishable from its surroundings. Its body is a perfect imitation of a leaf vein, making it nearly invisible to predators. Let's not forget the bird kingdom either. The American bittern, a marsh-dwelling bird, has cryptic coloration that matches the reeds in its habitat. When threatened, it stretches its neck upwards, mimicking reeds even more closely. Its stripe-patterned plumage blends seamlessly with the vertical lines of the reeds, making it disappear in plain sight. These creatures and many others have developed remarkable ways to blend with their environments. They've turned cloaking into an art form, a survival skill that's evolved over millions of years. It's not about magic or superpowers, it's about survival. The need to eat without being seen, and the necessity to hide without being found. Scene script. But how exactly do these creatures cloak themselves? What's the science behind this fascinating phenomenon? Well, to answer these questions, we need to delve into the realms of physics and biology. The concept of cloaking or invisibility is primarily related to light and how it interacts with various materials, our cloaking creatures included. Light, as we know, is a form of electromagnetic wave which, when it strikes an object, can either be reflected, refracted, or absorbed. Reflection is the bouncing back of light when it hits a surface. A smooth, shiny object, like a mirror, reflects light in a way that lets us see a clear image. But in the wild, animals like the octopus manipulate the way light is reflected off their skin, allowing them to blend with their surroundings. Refraction, on the other hand, is the bending of light when it passes from one medium to another, like when light enters water from air, causing a straw in a glass to look bent. Some marine creatures, like comb jellies, use refraction to their advantage, refracting light in a way that renders them nearly invisible in their watery habitats. Absorption is the third interaction, where light is taken in and converted to other forms of energy, usually heat. The color we see is essentially the light that an object does not absorb, but rather reflects. For instance, a green leaf absorbs all colors of sunlight except green, which it reflects back to our eyes. So, when an octopus changes its color, it's actually altering which wavelengths of light it absorbs and which it reflects. But it's not just about how light interacts with these creatures. It's also about how these creatures have evolved to manipulate this interaction. They possess unique biological structures that allow them to control the reflection, refraction, and absorption of light. For instance, the octopus, along with its cephalopod cousins like squids and cuttlefish, has special cells in its skin called chromatophores. These cells contain pigments and can expand or contract to change the creature's color and pattern in an instant. Moreover, some cephalopods have another type of cell called iridophores, which contain layers of proteins that can reflect light. By controlling the spacing of these layers, these creatures can manipulate the wavelength and therefore the color of the reflected light. Imagine having a personal biological color palette that you can adjust as per your whims and needs. So, while it may seem like magic, it's really just a complex interplay of biology and physics. These creatures have harnessed the laws of nature to develop their own cloaking devices, proving once again that truth can often be stranger and more fascinating than fiction. Now, the question remains, could there be other undiscovered creatures on Earth with similar cloaking abilities? It's a tantalizing thought, isn't it? A world teeming with hidden life, creatures unseen, blending seamlessly into their environments. The octopus, as we've discussed, has perfected this art, but could there be more? Could other earthly creatures have evolved similar cloaking abilities? Let's consider the various environments on Earth and the evolutionary pressures within them. Deep in the ocean's abyss, where sunlight fails to penetrate, creatures have evolved incredible adaptations to survive in near-perpetual darkness. Bioluminescence, the ability to produce light, is one such adaptation. But what about the inverse? Could there be creatures so adept at blending with the darkness that they become virtually invisible? In dense jungles, where the struggle for survival is intense, the ability to disappear can mean the difference between life and death. Chameleons are well-known masters of camouflage, changing the color of their skin to match their surroundings. But could there be creatures even more adept? Creatures that not only mimic color but also texture, light, and shadow, much like the octopus? In arid deserts, where open spaces leave little room for hiding, the ability to vanish could be a game changer. Many desert creatures have evolved to blend with the sand's color. But could there be those that go a step further, becoming indistinguishable from the dunes themselves? And let's not forget the urban environments, the concrete jungles we've created. Pigeons, rats, and cockroaches have all adapted remarkably well to city life. But could there be other more elusive creatures, perfectly camouflaged against the gray backdrop of our cities? As we ponder these questions, it's important to recognize the role of evolutionary pressures. Natural selection favors traits that enhance survival and reproduction. Invisibility, or cloaking, certainly fits the bill. It's a formidable tool in both predation and evasion, lending its bearer a significant advantage. So it's not far-fetched to think that given the right conditions, other creatures might evolve similar abilities. It's also worth noting that our understanding of life on Earth is far from complete. New species are discovered every year, often in the most unexpected places. And with advances in technology, we're able to explore previously inaccessible environments, such as the deep sea and remote jungles, opening up new possibilities for discovery. Lastly, we must remember that cloaking is not an all-or-nothing trait. It's a spectrum ranging from simple color changes to the complex mimicry exhibited by the octopus. So, while we might not find creatures completely invisible to the human eye, we might uncover those with more refined, subtle forms of cloaking. The Earth, with its diverse ecosystems, could indeed be home to more masters of disguise. So, what does this all mean? What are the implications of these cloaking abilities? Well, the potential implications are as vast as the ocean and as diverse as the species that inhabit it. Let's dive a little deeper into the matter. Firstly, the world of technology stands to gain significantly from understanding and emulating these cloaking abilities. Imagine, for instance, the advancements in camouflage technology. Our military might be able to design uniforms that adapt to their surroundings, blending in seamlessly, just like an octopus or a cuttlefish, making them virtually invisible on the battlefield. This could revolutionize the way wars are fought and won. But it's not just the military. Think about the possibilities in the world of fashion, architecture, or even automotive design. Clothes that can change color based on our mood, buildings that blend into the skyline, or cars that can adapt their color to the environment for better safety. The potential applications are only limited by our imagination. Secondly, these cloaking abilities offer new insights into evolutionary biology. The way these creatures have developed and perfected their cloaking abilities over millions of years is a testament to the power of evolution. It helps us understand how life adapts and evolves in response to environmental challenges and predators. This could lead to breakthroughs in our understanding of genetics, adaptation, and survival of the fittest. Beyond these, there are ethical considerations to ponder. If we were to develop technology that mimics these cloaking abilities, who gets to use it? How do we prevent it from being misused? These are questions we must grapple with as we venture further into this uncharted territory. In conclusion, the implications of these cloaking abilities extend far beyond the animal kingdom. They touch upon technology, biology, ethics, and so much more. Indeed, understanding these cloaking abilities could open up a whole new world of possibilities. So let's step back and look at the bigger picture. What can we learn from these cloaking creatures? From the color-changing octopus to the potential unseen creatures of our world, these masters of disguise are living proof of nature's ingenuity and creativity. They remind us that life is not always as it seems, that beneath the surface there is a world that is constantly evolving, adapting, and defying our expectations. Think about it. These creatures, through some complex combination of biology and evolution, have developed the ability to blend into their surroundings, to become invisible. This is not a simple feat. It's a testament to the power of adaptation, the drive to survive, and the intricate workings of nature. This ability, this superpower, if you will, is not just about disappearing, it's about resilience, it's about survival in a world that is both beautiful and brutal. It's about the importance of adaptation in the face of adversity, and it's a reminder that life, in all its forms, is remarkably resilient and continually surprising. And there's something else we can learn from these cloaking creatures. They show us that the world we know is just the tip of the iceberg, that there are mysteries and wonders yet to be discovered. They prompt us to question, to explore, and to appreciate the complexity and diversity of life on our planet. Invisibility may seem like the stuff of fantasy novels and superhero movies, but as we've seen, it's very much a part of the natural world. We've journeyed through the intriguing world of the octopus and its remarkable cloaking abilities, which are not just fascinating, but also a testament to the wonders of evolution. We've also delved into the possibility of other earthly creatures possessing similar abilities, a thought that opens up new avenues for scientific exploration and discovery. The implications of such abilities are profound, not only for our understanding of the natural world, but also for potential applications in technology and other fields. The science of cloaking, while still in its infancy, holds immense potential and may one day even become a reality for us humans. So the next time you see an octopus, or any creature for that matter, spare a thought for the incredible, often unseen, adaptations that help them survive in their world.